I'd like to introduce to you the inventor of this energy-efficient heating unit, Warner Schulz. Warner is a veteran when it comes to maintenance and construction. He's held a welding ticket for over 30 years and worked at CFB in Coal Lake for over 20. After retiring from the base, Warner started his own welding and manufacturing business. Here in the shop is where he started his project.
Thank you.
Huge energy costs slashed with sensational new heating system. This heating unit is filled with water to the required level and then treated to prevent rust, shale, and corrosion. Antifreeze can be added to protect from freezing. No heat loss can develop since rust and shale deposits will not form inside the heating system. Unless a leak occurs, no water is ever added. This heating system is self-circulating and can operate without electricity. Circulating pump and electrical controls can easily be installed. Its radiant heat eliminates the need for a humidifier, which is a major cost factor. Quick changeover to other fuels in case of emergency is facilitated. Separate attachments to helps to supply abundance of free hot water. Its sectional design contributes to quick and easy installation to any required size. Its internal design and construction is responsible for almost zero heat loss. With continuous slow circulation, a small burner is all that is required. It is the ideal heating system for barns, greenhouses, shops, garages, or any other building that needs to be heated. This heating system is so simplified that the operation of the system is virtually maintenance and trouble-free for life. Water line hookup is not required, as it can be hand-filled to the proper level. It's got ahead of me. I wasn't watching that. I couldn't speed up. That's all right. The most efficient feature of this open system is due to the hot airflow as indicated by the arrows. Almost all the heat energy is absorbed by the panels. The 4-inch exhaust is only warm and can't be touched by hand, unlike most boilers that let a lot of heat escape out the chimney. The panels are made of 1/8 metal, allowing heat energy to be quickly absorbed by the water, much like heating water in the frying pan. Also note the open system design that eliminates the safety concerns of a pressurized system and boiler regulations. An open-ended expansion tube is used in a vertical direction higher than the circulating pipes to give the system the hydrostatic pressure that is required to make the water circulate. Just a word short.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
The greatest design in hot water heating, soon to be released. Now you can build your own low-cost, high-energy, efficient heating system, especially designed to slash fuel and electrical costs. It is not only cheap and simple to build, but also foolproof, as all complicated controls and needless gadgets are no longer required. It is so safe that government regulations do not apply. The structural design is for fast and easy installation. The whole system is virtually maintenance and trouble-free for life. This foolproof unit will reward you with constant radiant heat, even if there is a power or gas disruption. This sounds impossible, but not so, as it can operate without electricity and can be quickly changed over to other fuel sources, which is the key to any problem that may arise. It is not only excellent for home heating, but is versatile enough to fit shops, barns, greenhouses, garages, swimming pools, whatever. Since it requires no waterline hookup, it can be hand-filled to the proper level and then treated for rust, shale, and corrosion. The water in the system stays forever. An antifreeze solution may be added if so desired. To maintain such uniform heat, a small burner is all that is necessary to achieve such comfort. However, for a minor extra cost, zone valves and thermostats can be installed in every room, but the choice is yours as an option. It still can be heated with or without zone valves. For 10 years of excellent performance, I have never witnessed anything in comparison, and perhaps never will. There are many fine gas heating units on the market today, but they all depend on electricity for their controls, fan motors, etc. Electricity is the source of energy which is seldom figured in the cost of heating.
Go ahead.
This year's burner is designed for high efficiency. First of all, the gas control, you can scrounge off an old water tank, which this one is, and it was put down here in the bottom part of the boiler, because as the cold water comes in, it goes slightly past up here, and then she kicks in, and it starts to burn. Whereas the aqua stands that they use on top of here, before that water all cools off, you have a temperature drop in the water all the way through. So this water from here on never changes. 2/3 of it is always hot, same temperature. That's the reason why one of these things are put in the bottom. And to get efficient burner, I've tried several burners, and to get a real fine control on the flame, I put a gas valve here, and that is regulated, because this year usually it does not work to satisfaction. And then the heat travels through this burner. These are tilted like this, up and underneath here, through the straight one, and then down the other side. Then she comes back up through this one, through there, up underneath here, out through here, over this one, down there, and then down into the front here. And then she goes out the sides. There's openings on both sides to go out and then into the chimney through here. The key to most of this here is anytime this is all full of water and they're 2 inches deep. The depth is 2 inches deep here on the sides, all these panels. And the water heats very quickly. It doesn't take much. It's just like if you want to heat a cup of water in the frying pan, it don't take long. That's why it doesn't take much to heat these panels. They're all flat. And as the water comes in, it automatically rises. It comes out, goes out through the top, and comes back down the return. So when the return reaches up to this level here to the burner, like I said before, it doesn't go past very far, and then this control will kick in the burners. There's no electricity, there's nothing to go wrong with, there's no controls, there's only one temperature gauge that gives you an idea what the temperature is when you set that, whether it's 140 or 160 or 50, whatever the case may be, whatever is required. There's also expansion pipe. And that is put on, it could be put on here, it could be put on the other attachment that will be shown later. The expansion pipe goes up along the chimney or wherever in the hidden place, usually along the chimney. And that's filled with water and just a lid on there so the dirt and things don't fall in. But that's open. It's an open system, and there's no danger of anything going wrong. These panels, by the way, are 1/8, a very thin metal. And this boiler here has been burning now in operation for over 10 years. And I've just taken it apart just to see how badly it is burned. But it barely took the paint off in most places, so it's good for another 20, whatever. But I recommend a little thicker metal because any farmer welding or somebody not very good, it's easier to weld with 3/16 instead of 1. The water is treated. You treat the water with when you can hand fill, I don't have no metering valve or anything like that. It's not necessary. You can hand fill this through the open tank on top, and you can add antifreeze. If you have it out in the barn or in the shed or any place where you can mix your antifreeze in it. It's safe, whatever you want to do. And then also you put in that solution to treat the rust and the shale. So you've got no corrosion in there. There's not a bit in this unit yet after 10 years. And that's all. There's nothing else to go wrong with. As far as the rats goes, well, that's a little different. You eliminate all the automatic air vents. Like I had to take them out, they were just causing me trouble because once in a while, these valves would falter. Now, it took me about 2 years to find the problem in what these valves. After I took all the valves out, you can put one at the end, a line, just a valve, an ordinary valve, but it doesn't need it because if you use a circulating pump, one of these small circulating pumps, it automatically draws the air out, and there's no problem. You can complete the system in a matter of minutes. So by eliminating this, and all the metering valve and all the water in there that comes in, you have no problems. There's nothing to go wrong. There's nothing to look at. Another thing I'd like to mention is by eliminating all these controls, it runs by itself. It circulates by itself, and as the temperature is set, as the weather gets colder, that's the only thing you have to set is your dial on this control. It says warm and hot, and it's got a degree. All you have to do is just turn this dial and get the temperature up. By setting it at a higher degree, the water will flow faster. When it's colder, you have to set it higher, then the water circulates by itself faster. And that's the only thing you have to do is when it warms up, you turn the dial down. It's the only thing that you have to touch. And when the circulating pump is regulated by the thermostat in the house. It's if you set your temperature at 72, if it goes down to 70, or whatever your pump is set at, 70 or 60, the pump will kick in and it will circulate the water faster. When the pump kicks in, that calls for the temperature rise here. Another 5 or 10 degrees hotter on the water, your pump will quit and she'll circulate day in and day out until a change in temperature arises. Otherwise, there's nothing else to go wrong. The pump is actually only a standby. It will tell you when it calls for more temperature or the temperature drop in the outside. What else?
That's good.
There's one thing I forgot to mention. These things here, they're all sections, especially these three. Now, this holds about 45 gallons of water. This is volume of what you have to work on. These small ones will not do. And if you have a big building, all you have to do is add sections, center sections. You can add as many as you want. And but right now, this boiler here will heat 3 houses very easy. Also, this is the open system. This is full of water, usually along the chimney, and well down here with a coupling. You thread this on, and that goes on. You can put on this side here or this one or whatever the case may be. You can put on any one of them. And these are the rods. Once it's all together, these are the rods to tie it together. 2 here. There's along the side here. There's one down the bottom. And that's all that's required, is to keep this level. As the heat expands in here, this water rises up and down. So if you keep a level about this high, that will give you a lot of expansion. And you can use a bigger pipe or whatever, you can put it also higher. But this is sufficient for this boiler. And then whatever temperature you have, and even if you have to go to 185, the expansion, you still have plenty of air here for this to move up and down. And that's the safety factor. There's nothing close. And also, by leading the system, when you kick the pump in, it's, like I said before, it's only a standby. You kick the pump, you circulate, all the air will come out of this pipe, and you don't need anything in the reds, which is a big saving in trouble, mostly problems and trouble. So the only, did you shut off?
Nope.
The only thing you have is this pipe as for your expansion. This is your outlet here, and over on this side, you can put on any side, whichever you want, is your return. Your return line comes in here and it goes along the bottom here, and it goes into each compartment. And this is where this control screws in. This control screws in over here. And there's one attachment on the other side too, in case it's the right or left place. That's where this control screws in, right there. And then, as this keeps on going steady, this becomes coming down and keeps rising. And as it cools this off, it usually goes only about up to here. The burner will kick in. And you can pick these things up like I did in a garbage dump, or somebody throws away a hot water tank. And also these burners, I picked them up and I've tried several of them. I only had one 27,000 BTU burner to heat this. The only time it was operating too steady is when it got 35 to 40 below. So I added two, which was more than plenty. So I experimented with these here now. These seem to be very good. They're adjustable. You can pull this out, and in case you have problems here, you can pull this burner out just like this. And then you can fire coal if you got wood or anything, or on cement floor. If not, there's two bars that goes in here. There's two bars that goes in here on each side. They bolt in, and you can put a crate on there, and you can put wood. But as the cement floor, you can just throw anything in there in emergency to keep your house warm. And this burner is adjustable. Since it's a concave, you can raise this burner up to whatever heights you require. And there's a set screw on the side, you just lock it. But one important thing is this gas valve. This is one of the main things to get the proper gas and air mixture. Here's your opening for your air, but you need this one on to have an efficient burner.